Sri Bhagavanu Uvacha Asosyanan Vasostastvam Pragyavadam Sabhashase Kada Suna Kada Shumscha Nanusosanti Panditaah. Bhagavan Krishna says, Arjuna, you are grieving for those who should not be grieved. Here, Arjuna trying to establish various arguments that it would be wrong to engage in a fight, in a war. Referring to those arguments of Arjuna, Krishna is saying here that he was talking like a learned, a man of wisdom, yet he is grieving for those who should not be grieved for. Wise men do not sorrow over the dead or the living. He was grieving for Bhishma and other Duryodhana, other relations who should not be grieved for. The question naturally arises now, why should not be grieved for? Further, Krishna says, first of all, understand that eternal character of the soul, Atma, and he proves that from the point of view of the Atma, the soul, it was unwise to grieve for them because they are going to be born. They were before, they will be again there in future also. So why you should be grieved for? Maybe probably Krishna is also trying to make one point that these Duratmas do not deserve to be grieved also. Natvevaham jadunasam natvam nema janadibah न चैव भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम्. Krishna says, Arjuna, there was never a time when I was not there, when you and the kings were not. They were all there, present, existing, and they will exist in future be. Nor it's a fact that hereafter we all will cease to be. We will never cease to be. They existed even before the birth and appearance of their present bodies and would continue to exist after the disappearance of these bodies. Destruction of bodies does not lead to destruction of the Atma. Therefore, Arjuna, should not you grieve for those relations out of fear of their destruction? They are not going to be destructed. Thus showing that Atma as eternal by nature, Krishna now proceeds in the next verse to bring out its immutable character of Atma. He has just begun in this sloka. He is providing that it was an error to grieve for the Atma because it's only the body which gets destructed, not the Atma. Dehinosmin yada dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tada dehandara praptihi dhirastatra namuhyati. The unwise thing that Atma suffers great pain both when leaving a particular body and taking a new birth. So they grieve for it. Krishna says this is unwise. He says that as childhood, youth, and old age, they do not really belong to the Atma but pertaining only to the body. They are falsely attributed to the Atma. It is the body which undergoes this experience and they are attributed to the Atma. Being unaware of this truth, it is only the unwise who grieve over one transition from one body to the another body. The wise men never do so, for they know in their eyes of the wise, the soul, the Atma, has no relation with the body. Therefore, Arjuna, don't grieve for those relatives. Matra sparshastu kaundeya Sidoshna sugadukkadaah Agamapayuno nityah Tam stiti sashva bharata. Contacts between the senses and their objects. O son of Kunti, Arjuna, these contact between the senses and the objects gives rise to the feelings of heat, cold, pleasure, pain, and these feelings are transitory. Therefore, endure them, O descendant of Bharata Arjuna. The contact between the senses, when Krishna says the objects as coming, going, and they are impermanent by nature. Lord says that such contacts gives rise to pleasure. Sometimes it gives rise to pain, but they are transitory, do not contain the least trace of true happiness. Therefore, Arjuna is being advised to put up with them, endure them. He is asked to rejoice or not to grieve over the coming or going, not to entertain any partiality or prejudice for or against this. Meeting with one's near and dear one is also included in this. Whereas in this case of other objects, it is through the mind and senses that we are united or separated from our relatives. Hence, it should be understood that Lord Krishna exhorts Arjuna to overcome pleasure and pain resulting from all such contacts and separation. Yam hi navyadayan yede purusham purusharshaba samadukka dhiram somruttatvaya kalpate. Arjuna, the wise man to whom pain and pleasure are alike and who is not tormented by these contacts or feelings, he becomes eligible for immortality, the moksha. The adjective here, samadukka sukham, to whom pleasure and pain are alike. It is used to denote the essential qualification of a dhira. Dhira looks upon both pleasure and pain with equanimity. That is, regarding both experiences as feeling, makes no distinction between them, is a dhira. So, what Krishna says, this dhira becomes eligible for immortality. Krishna means to say that wise man referred to the above as possessed of an equable mind and who remains